I'm preparing to sail to St. Lucia this upcoming week. Tentatively Monday, but we'll see how things work out. And before that, I got a bunch of preparations I need to do. For example, my fridge I want to take out. I got to get gas and water on the boat, so diesel and water. And then just some odds and ends. So, got to prepare for this passage. And then do it. And then so the plan is to go from Martinique to St. Lucia. And then St. Lucia has some shops I can do a bunch of work in as well. So I'm hoping to buy a fridge there. That's one of the big things that I haven't been too happy with here in Martinique. But fridge, I'm gonna install my DC panel probably in St. Lucia finally, and then stuff's coming together, so I'm pretty happy. And I think the boat's at a point where I feel comfortable doing a passage, so I'm pretty excited about this. I don't have a new fridge yet, but time to get rid of the old one. Today is Saturday, and I'm either going to leave Monday morning or maybe a few days later, depends. I've got a buddy boat that's going to go with me, and so we're sort of figuring out what we all need to do before then. And now I want to put the lineup that I'm going to use for courtesy flags. The way it works is when you go into a new country, you hoist a yellow flag. I think it's called a quarantine flag, until you're checked in, so that means you've gone through border patrol. And then after that, you hoist up the flag of the country you're in. Today, I bought several flags for the different countries I'll be going to. I didn't buy a Martinique one. Oh, no, that's just a French one, never mind, doesn't matter. Also, you're supposed to have a flag for the country the boat is registered under, and then usually when whoever's on the boat, you'll have a flag to represent their country. So I bought just a French flag because my boat is French registered, and St. Lucia flag, a Grenadines flag, and a Grenada flag, because those are at least the countries I think I'll be going through over the next few weeks. So pretty exciting. Bright and early in the morning, and I want to get fuel and water today. So time to load up the dinghy and motor over to the fuel dock. Part of this is doing a test to see how exactly I want to strap the dinghy to the boat. So gonna be a little bit of trial and error. This is not going to be how I do it when I do a passage, but I think just for motoring around, these two crosses should keep it from moving enough. Now I just have to get all my lines prepared. So I think I'm gonna go with the fuel dock on the port side. So I got to put some lines here and some fenders and all of that. Got this black line here that comes out at the bow, but I pulled it all the way back here so that when I'm docking, I should be able to just hop out off the boat, grab this line, and then run up to wherever I'm going to put it on the dock up there. So hopefully this is convenient. And I've got this line that goes from the aft cleat outside, and then back around in here. So the idea is when I come up to the dock, I take this off and I throw it around the cleat, kind of like a lasso, and then I can pull it back in here to tighten the boat up against the dock. And then once the back is secured, the aft is secured, I can run up and do the forward cleat. So what's next is getting the motor started and testing out that windlass. Hopefully it works, but I think we'll be good. Even if it doesn't work, I know I can pull it up by hand. As always, the engine gave me a lot of trouble. I had to bleed it. Got some air leak in there. I don't know where it is, but I gotta figure it out. But we're started, and I'm running it for a bit. And then I'm gonna get going. I'm kind of trying to hold off as well because there's this massive patch of sargassum that I have to go through, and I don't want it to be sucked into any of my intakes or anything like that. So I'm trying to avoid that a little bit. So we're back, anchored, everything looks good on that front, and I jumped underwater and cleaned the bottom. I've gone from 2 hours to less than 1 hour for the whole thing, partly because it's just easier now and partly because I'm a little more comfortable. Just gotta do some laundry, and I want to do some grocery shopping. Since the first sale, maybe I'll buy a bottle of champagne or something to celebrate. And I think that's all the major things I have to do. When I was underwater, I checked how the bottom looked, and it looked okay. So I think okay on that front. So pretty much almost there, almost ready. I almost forgot. Need to tie down this battery when sailing so it doesn't flip and flop everywhere. I've had this cable from the radar sitting around here for a week or two, and it goes outside, and I really want it to go through the mast. Now, to do that, I've got to run the cable up the mast, and I don't need the wind generator anymore, so I think I'm gonna cut this cable, tie some twine around it, pull it up, and then I can pull this guy back down through the twine. Yeah, that I think is the best option. Alright, I'm committing to it. So I've got the line through, and then coming from up in the mast, and now I've done some hitches around the radar cable. I ran out of electrical tape. I know I've got some somewhere, but you know, can't find it. So I'm using blue masking tape for right now, and time to pull it through. It's through! Success! I'll store it in here until I'm ready to figure out how to get it into the cockpit. I think I'm gonna go through, be hard to see. There's an existing hole here, thing that some other cables go through. I think I'm gonna go through there, down through the engine room, and then back up. But project for a later day. So I did some last minute grocery shopping, some last minute hardware shopping, and then I went and cleared out, which is pretty easy in Martinique. So I'm good to go for tomorrow. Hopefully my buddy boat doesn't run into any issues later today, and we can leave tomorrow morning.